Hello, welcome once again to ASM Nofu Online Math Class. In this video, we are going to discuss a very important topic in mathematics, the basics of mathematics, which is factors and multiples. Kindly hit the red button to subscribe to my channel. It will give you notification whenever a new video is out. These factors and multiples are just like brothers and sisters. They are inseparable from each other. Trying to separate a factor from a multiple is just trying to separate a mother from a child. So what is a factor? What is a factor? This is a very important question we need to ask ourselves. Take for instance, you have a number 24. There are so many numbers that can divide this 24 without a remainder. Such numbers are, so all these numbers that I've listed out here can easily divide 24, leaving no remainder. So these numbers that are able to divide 24 without a remainder are called the factors of 24. So the factor of a given number are the numbers that can divide it without a remainder. This word without a remainder is very, very important because every number can divide any number. But without remainder will tell us that it goes into it exactly. No part of it is left behind. Therefore, a factor of a number is the number that can divide it, giving no remainder. So I've carefully listed out the factors of 24 for you. And one important thing you need to know is that 1 is a universal factor in the sense that 1 can divide any number in the world, no matter the type of number you are talking about. So 1 is a universal factor. It can easily go into any number you are talking about. Also, a number is its own factor. Every number can divide itself. Therefore, when you are asked to list out the factors of a number, the first thing that should come to your mind is 1 and the number in question. Okay? 1 and the number in question is a sure factor of any number. Before you start to think of other numbers that can go into it exactly without any remainder. Alright? So these numbers here are the factors of 24. Another example, if you have 8 now, there are so many numbers that can go into 8 without remainder. The numbers are 1. You will find out here that all these numbers here, 1, 2, 4, and 8, can carefully divide 8, giving no remainder at all. Therefore, these numbers are the factors of 8 because they can go into 8 without a remainder. You will also notice that I added 1 and 8 itself, because I told you that 1 is a general factor of any number you are talking about. Not just 1, the number itself is its own factor. That is why you are seeing 1 and 8, you are seeing 1 and 24 under the factors. Now, do you know, if I try to count in 8 now, 8, 16, that is, I want to be adding 8 and be moving. If I add another 8, I will get 24, another 8, I will get 32, another 8, I will get 40, another 8, I will get 48, etc. These numbers that I'm writing, starting from 8, and I'm adding 8 to go further, are known as the multiples of 8. The multiples of 8. Why these ones are the factors of 8? So, multiple is got from the word multiply. Multiple is got from the word multiply. It is from multiply that you get multiples. Take for instance, I am talking about the multiples of 8 now. When I multiply 8 by 1, 8 times 1 will give me 8. When I multiply 8 by 2, I will get 16. When I multiply 8 by 3, I will get 24. When I multiply 8 by 4, I will get 32. When I multiply 8 by 5, I will get 40, and so on and so forth. You see that when you get a number and you keep on multiplying that number by various integers in ascending order, you keep on getting a higher number. Those numbers you are getting are just the multiples of the given number. So multiple is got from the word multiply. Therefore, if you want to give a definition to the term multiple, you can still tell me that the multiples of a number are the numbers the given number can divide. For instance, without a remainder, we must add without a remainder. For instance, 8 can divide for 8, 8 can divide 16, 8 can divide 24 without remainder. So multiples are the numbers higher than the number in question. But the number you're talking about, the number you want to find the multiples, must divide those numbers without a remainder. So the multiples of 8, for instance, are those numbers 8 can divide without a remainder. And these are the numbers 8, 16, 24, etc. There are millions of them, billions of them. They are inexhaustible. So the multiples of 8 are those numbers 8 can divide. Those numbers are just like the mother of 8. They are bigger than 8. Those numbers 8 can divide, giving no remainder, are the multiples of 8. But the factors of 8 are those numbers that can divide 8 without remainder. So look at what I mean here. Let's say 8 factors, multiples. You can see that factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. Multiples of 8 are 8, 16, 24, 32, etc. So many of them. These are the factors of 8, while these are the multiples of 8. So you see that factors are smaller than multiples. Those numbers that can divide 8 without remainder are the factors, while those numbers that 8 can now divide, not the numbers that can divide 8, but those numbers 8 can now divide without a remainder are the multiples. So multiples are counting in 8s. When I'm talking about multiples of 8, if I talk about multiples of 4, it means I'm counting in 4s, and so on and so forth. So these are just the clear distinction between a multiple and a factor, but they are inseparable. Now, in mathematics, students are always faced with the challenge of getting LCM and the HCF. I'm going to just give you an overview of it in this video so that you expect next episode where it will be clearly dealt with. So at this point, I want us to test something. There is what we call HCF. HCF is just highest common factor. So highest common factor is got from common factors, because by now you must have known the meaning of factors. Look at 16 here. I listed out the factors of 16, those numbers that can divide 16 without remainder. Here, I listed out the factors of 24, those numbers that can divide 24 without remainder. But if you check between 16 and 24, there are common factors. For instance, there is 1 here, 1 is common, 2 is common, 4 is common, 8 is common. So I carefully circled the common factors. That is common factors for you. The factors that are seen in two given numbers are their common factors. Alright? Now, among these common factors, which are 1, 2, 4, and 8, 1 is the highest. And these numbers, the highest is 8. Therefore, the highest common factor of 16 and 24 is equivalent to 8. That is those things you are drawing lines to get the highest common factors of 2 or 3 numbers. So the highest common factors of 2 or 3 numbers is just selecting their common factors. At the end of the day, you now check the one that is the highest. That gives you the highest factors that are common, or that is common to 2 given numbers. So after testing this, let us get what we actually mean by LCM. Because every now and then we solve problems in HCF and LCM without actually knowing what it is. So that is what I want us to deal with today. So that at the end of this video, you'll be able to clearly distinguish between LCM and HCF. So at this point in time, let us discuss LCM. Look at this group of numbers. I have 6 and 4 now. I want to get the LCM of 6 and 4. LCM means lowest common multiples. Therefore, let us get as much as possible for multiples of 6 and 4. The multiples of 6 are 6, 12, be adding 2 6s and be going 18, 24, 30, 36, etc. While the multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, etc. You'll be adding 4, 4. Among these multiples of 6 and 4, some of the multiples are common to each other. For instance, I can see 12 here. I can see, what again? I can see 24. If I go on, I will see a lot of them if I proceed to continue writing the multiples. But among these multiples of 6 and 4 that are common, we have only 12 and 24 at this stage. Which one is the lowest? Of course, it is 12. Therefore, the LCM of 6 and 4 will give us 12, because we carefully listed out the multiples of 6 and the multiples of 4. And among these multiples of 6 and 4, 1 is the lowest, and that lowest multiple is 12. Therefore, the lowest common multiple of 6 and 4 is 12. If you have enjoyed what you've watched, kindly hit the red button to subscribe to my channel. It gives you notification whenever new videos are released. Thank you so much. Share, like, and subscribe to my channel.